Chat, first message I see, is there context to why he's playing this, or is it just due to one of his ailments? Yeah. So welcome to the stream. I'm going to be playing the new Thomas the Tank Engine game. And, then Pocopia. You know, that reminds me, Ringo used to narrate Shining Time Station. And, well, I'm just wondering if anyone's had their Ringo roll today. No? What do you think this tastes like 60 years later? What is this? It's a Ringo roll. I don't know. You could eat it, I think. It might be full of tasty mold. The rancid Ringo mold. This is how you mutate into a beetle. You have to eat the 60-year-old Ringo roll. Only then can you become a beetle. It's the Ringo challenge. Paul McCartney will give you a front seat at his new concert if you eat this. That's like that dude that eats the MREs from World War II, and he's like, okay, that's gristly. It tastes a little bit like cardboard. Okay. Also, Chad, another thing that I'm been made aware of that's been kind of hilarious is, you know, the Bigfoot footage from back in the day? The famous Bigfoot footage? Patterson-Gimlin film? Yeah. That one. Right? So there's a theory that's been around for a while, but this one seems to be making it like its rounds. And apparently the most popular explanation on Reddit, I know, Reddit, on our Bigfoot, yes, our Bigfoot, everybody, there are people that are on our Bigfoot, is that they were going to make a movie with a guy in a costume, right? But they ended up capturing a real Bigfoot by accident. Bob Hieronymus was hired to walk around in a Bigfoot suit, and that's why they filmed it for their documentary. Or they were going to film for their documentary. Patterson and Gimlin were recording B-roll, and just so happened to come across a real Bigfoot, and this is what we, the public, have seen for decades now. BH probably got confused and said Patty was actually him in the suit. Yep. People are jumping to conclusions. Everyone knew about Patterson filming a guy in suit for a movie he was going to make, which is where this new footage is from. I'm sure it doesn't mean he later didn't film an actual Bigfoot. So, apparently, yeah, no, people are huffing some interesting Bigfootium. Someone proposed the theory. Patterson and Gimlin may have set it up to be a hoax with the suit and everything. This would explain the tapes with the conversations about prep and the suit and all that. However, when they were on their way to a remote location, they actually came across the real thing, and this is what is on the film. I've seen a picture of the so-called suit, and it looks nothing even close to Patty. Not to mention that, at that time, it would have been extremely difficult to create a suit that a human could walk in and create the movements with the muscular definition. Also, a human could not create the depth impression of those footprints. I think they did have a plan to hoax it, but that plan took a turn, and they captured the Holy Grail. That would explain the tapes, the planning, the conversations ahead of time, but the footage speaks for itself, and I just don't see the possibility of a human creating that gait and that definition and the imprint pressure, especially in the 60s. Apparently there's a documentary coming out about how they faked it, and this is, yeah. A guy has proof disproving the footage, but he can't get the movie distributed yet. So, chat, listen. I thought that was hilarious. I got a good chuckle out of it. I wanted to share it with the chat. I thought you might have a good time jesting with me. Jester maxing, perhaps. But the truth is, I don't know what undiscovered creatures are out there. I've covered stuff like aliens and the Loch Ness Monster and cryptids and Bigfoot even on the stream. And, you know, would I be surprised if there was some deep jungle ape that we haven't discovered? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. However, the Squatch stuff has become hilarious. I just find it really funny at this point, and I think the hoaxes, the costumes, and the way people want Squatch to be real so bad. People go squatching. People record that like audio of like distant apes. That's a good band name. Audio of Distant Apes. Yeah. Has anyone applied DLSS 5 to the Squatch footage? Oh, well, the developers of the Squatch footage, sorry, they didn't know about the DLSS 5. It was the publisher that agreed to it. So no. If you or anyone you know have seen a Sasquatch, just be sure not to film a hoax video first, or attempt to film a hoax video. You know what I mean? What you want to do is, here's what you want to do. If you are about to film a Squatch hoax, destroy the footage, speak never of it, and let your real Squatch do the talking. And then also sell a soap of some kind. Was it Dr. Squatch? Dr. Squatch's men's soap and grooming products. Is Big Squatch a joke to you motherfuckers? That now he's just a soap salesman with a Terminator collab, I guess? Huh. Anyway, welcome to the stream. Hope you're all doing well. Okay, I'm gonna try to play this game, but I'm gonna have to go into the options.